Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J.
And I'm the working class musician, Jimmy Franklin.
And we were just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, how do you attract women like a rock star? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked because that's who Jimmy is. He's a rock star who impregnated my sister.
Come here, babe.
So this is a term that is often used in the dating community, like, how do I be a rock star, Jessica? And it's not like just being a regular musician or a regular guy, right?
You're exactly right. It's being a rock star doesn't necessarily mean that you even play an instrument anymore.
Right, like I play and I'm pathetic on the piano.
But still a rock star.
No,
but
that's
a rock
not
star,
what I was getting at.
but still definitely a rock star. Well, I
Thank you.
didn't even know that you played an instrument up until recently. I still thought you had the rock
That's
star
true,
thing going.
and we actually made a dedication video that you can find if you watch till the very end of this video. So the reason we want to delineate between the rock star and the regular guys, because you guys are very well aware that rock stars have a certain je ne sais quoi that attracts women, no matter how ugly you are.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about some really fugly rock stars.
Most of them. You have any of the guys in the Rolling Stones, right?
All of them.
Yeah, the guys in Kiss were so ugly that they had to wear makeup.
Really?
Oh my God, hideous. They did one album without makeup on, and it was a bunch of ugly looking women from Brooklyn.
I don't even know what they look like.
Exactly.
Ozzy.
Oh my God, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right? Anyone that dressed like a woman during the 80s, right?
Yes.
And even like modern rock stars that necessarily don't even play necessarily instruments. They're playing they're like DJs and stuff like that.
Right.
Guys who like sometimes wear masks or anything like that.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah,
Women are like, I will take my panties off.
Exactly. Never even seen their faces.
Right. So that's what we're here to bring you today. What it takes to be that guy. Even if we're basically saying for all the ugly guys out there, you should play an instrument. It helped me.
It's one of those things where you think to yourself, I'm going to play an instrument to get girls.
Right. Happens so often too.
And then you do and you realize it works.
And the reason it works, we were talking about this as we were talking about doing a collab, is because, y'all are on a pedestal. You are the default 20% of men getting 80% of the women out there, which we talk about a lot on this channel. So why not find out what it takes to be that guy? Even if you're not a rock star. And Jimmy, again, if you stay to the very end, he's going to talk to you exactly about how you could become a rock star on his channel. So the very first step, and it's so cliche, I fucking hate saying it, but we're saying it first to get out of the way, is confidence.
It doesn't matter what video it is, what advice we're giving.
I know.
So often confidence plays a massive part of it, right?
But they say it's cliche because it's true.
Yeah, exactly. It's cliche for a reason.
Right. It takes a big set of balls to go up and rock out.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of practice, and it's that same kind of practice that you can put into other aspects of your life.
And you know what? I was thinking, I always say confidence comes from knowing every time you do X, you get Y. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you have that much dedication and persistence in your own life and then you become confident, not many men get to that point.
Correct.
So it's like the men who are confident enough to shred on the guitar are confident enough to slay the puss in the Pound Town. The second one is also cliche, and I hate that I'm saying it, but it's passion.
It goes without saying that. It goes without saying, I don't think there's ever been a woman in history that has said to themselves, you know what I really want to go out tonight to the bar and find is some passionless guy.
Some guy who's just like,
Yeah, some guy. Like, you go up and talk to him and you say...
I don't feel like talking.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's your name?
Right.
Jim.
Right.
That's it. End of conversation. Yeah, nothing.
Over.
So what do you like to do?
Nothing.
Yeah, right? It's the worst.
But you know what? It's, when I hear the word passion, it's something that you don't have in your other relationships, right? You don't have it in your friendships. You don't need a passionate friend. I have plenty of friends who are lazy as fuck.
Yeah.
We still get along very well.
Yeah.
or you don't need passionate parents to have a successful relationship. There's a lot of depressed parents out there. I see all the memes.
It can be. Yeah, totally.
You know, but like in your lover, in your mate, and it doesn't go both ways. Men will take like a lazy ass chick, but men, we want you to have passion, and that's a rock star quality.
Totally. And for the women, for the women that are watching this, I don't think that's entirely true. I think there's a good group of men out there that want, nowadays in 2021, want that passionate woman.
I have no passion, and people want to pound my ass all the time. Anybody watching this channel trying to get women, you should have passion. And even if it's, I have so many guys who are like, Jessica, I don't have any hobbies. Well, be passionate about waking up in the fucking morning.
Yeah. Find something. Find something in life.
Passionate about yourself.
Yeah.
Like so many guys are like, oh, I don't know, I'm not that great. Like if you don't think you're that great, no woman is going to think you're that great. So at the very least, get passionate about self-care. I always talk about being in therapy or about making a point to finally hone in on this area of your life to become better, to fuck the chicks you want to fuck. The third one, I really like this, is skill set. So I think was it Napoleon Dynamite who was like, chicks dig skills.
Oh yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah, my sweet skills.
Yeah,
he's always referring.
skills.
Yeah, exactly. You always want to have your sweet set of skills, right? Something that you show off, right? Yeah, and having a unique set of skills is always fun. And for some reason, even though everyone's a musician right now, it seems like in the world, it still seems to be a unique skill. But the unique skill comes from the fact that of that next level of passion that like we had mentioned in the last one, where you're going to that next level and you're really putting yourself out there, and risking your own what's the word, your own confidence, you're risking your own, you know, like you're going out there and laying it all on the line.
There's a type of vulnerability.
That's the word.
People are craving. You'll even notice now that a lot of famous musicians back in the day was like they got to be like
primped,
or
proper.
you have to have a certain weight. You have to have a certain look. Now that people really crave like your authentic self, and if you can hone in on like having any fucking skill, and you might not even be able to do it well, but you do it with passion.
And that comes also down to the point where it's like you see these older rock stars that were dressed up and primped prompt bunch of rings on and everything like that. And it's funny because the modern age person now, you see all these guys going out there trying to dress up for the ladies. But the thing is, they're really kind of just dressing up for other dudes. Because they're the only ones that really care. Because you know, Bruce Springsteen got up there in a white t-shirt and everybody loved him. You know what I mean?
Which is a good segue into number 4, which is the lifestyle.
Yeah, this is one that ends up...
This is one that gets girls going for some reason.
Yeah, and then it's like once they're there and fine, because this is where it really comes... Okay.
Well, let's talk about the lifestyle.
Yeah.
What do we mean by that? So what is a rock star lifestyle?
Okay, what is the perceived rock star lifestyle or the actual one?
Because women don't really fucking know.
No, they have no idea.
I got a little taste of it, and... this video here, we'll also put it at the end. However, what is the perceived lifestyle that women would be like, oh my God, yes, pound me out and pound 10, please?
Exactly. The perceived lifestyle is you have plenty of time on your hands. You get to travel around and go to all the places you want to go. And he makes a lot of money. And
you're the freedom.
Yeah, the freedom,
like
thing.
Going back to the vulnerability and authenticity, you have the freedom to do all that.
It is perceived to be a lot more a lot more glamorous than it is. But if you actually were living, it's funny how so many of these correlate, but if you were actually living that kind of lifestyle, if you were actually living the do whatever you want, whenever you want, go on tour all the time lifestyle a little too early or not living it in a smart way, then it collapses. It collapses pretty quick if you don't have that kind of put together, a little bit of a routine to your life.
Which is the next one, which is dedication and diligence.
Yes, and
in your craft.
Exactly. It doesn't mean that you're going to get more women the more notes and chords you play.
Exactly.
Remember that rock and roll is playing 3 chords to 5,000 people. Jazz is playing 5,000 chords to 3 people. So it doesn't.
It could still be Rockstar.
Exactly, but it doesn't directly correlate, right? It's about your attitude, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't still be dedicated to your craft.
Right, to your craft.
You should still have a routine. You should still have a well-built life around what you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
Because that's going to ultimately attract somebody.
And one thing I want to say is that rock stars are never on stage, like, putting down their guitars, be like, hi, you're really cute. Like, maybe we could hang out. No, they do. They
What's your name?
I want to see you after. No, there's a laser focus, dedication, in the zone,
and you can't break them from it.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is the thing that attracts women, because no woman wants a man whose life could just topple in a second at the sight of tits and ass.
Yeah.
We want a man who is super focused, and it's going to take more than that, because we don't want somebody who's just like, oh God, here, let me forget everything for this lady.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's one thing that's going to end up happening. And you hear it a lot, the whole life, the whole idea, these guys find like the love of their life who's like, oh, well, I want a more stable man, because they are doing the rock star life incorrectly.
Right.
And then they become real estate agents.
And, they do.
Yeah.
I dated a musician in LA, and I recently saw that he's now doing real estate.
There's so many of them, and it's like punk musicians that I used to tour with. I see it all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with being. You could be a rock star real estate agent. You totally can. However, but it's about your mindset.
Right. You need to have a life that we want to be a part of. Don't make us your life. A lot of guys will do it. So many men will do it. Like, oh, I hear I get more chicks if I play guitar. And then it's kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah.
And now they're getting a few chicks, and they're like, I'll take a chick.
Exactly.
And no more guitar. And that's sad.
Yeah, it sucks. And then it's all for nothing.
And the last one, which is what makes rock stars, in my opinion, the icing on the cake is social proof. Because I won't buy shit on Amazon unless I see at least 12,000 5-star reviews. And that's what the rock star is. It is proof that you are liked and loved by others. You are admired by others.
Yeah.
You work well in a group setting.
Exactly.
Like
and
a band
the social
and
proof
such.
is a really, really good point, because if you are able to maintain relationships with your bandmates, which is like being in a relationship with 5 other women at sometimes, then if you can maintain those relationships, if you can maintain the relationships with your audience and retain them for a long period of time, it shows a level of that. That's that social proof. Right.
And now we're not saying you have to get in a band.
No.
As much as, I always say social proof on your dating profiles. Show that you have friends. Hang out with your fucking friends.
Yeah, a network of people,
Yeah, utilize your network. I have so many people that are like, oh no, I don't have enough time for friends. Like, that's not something to be proud of.
Yeah, no.
So many people are so proud.
You don't even want a friend.
I don't like anybody.
You don't even want a friend like that.
Right.
You don't even want a friend.
Like that. So if you have, the more people you have in your life that could speak volumes to how great you are, that goes a long way with women. Sorry, I spit on you. Maybe you have a bunch of people in your life right now that are like, he's fucking toxic. Then you better reevaluate your life and your social choices.
Yep.
Okay, so those are the 6 things that it'll take for you to be a rock star to women and attract women like a rock star without having to be one, or pick up an instrument, or shred like Jimmy, which you will see very soon after.
Or even without, being generally good looking.
Yes, that was the key takeaway here.
Yeah, you really don't have to be that attractive.
You don't need money. You don't need good looks.
Yeah, you don't have to be wildly attractive.
You don't even need a working dick. Women are just like, we fucking love you anyway. That's another story. But we're talking about magnetizing women, too.
Yeah, of course.
And if you know that you do need help bringing out your inner musician, inner rock star, check out Jimmy's channel. It's the Working Class Musician.
And it should be showing up on the screen somewhere right now?
Yes.
Somewhere over here right now.
And we also did a collab video on his channel, so you will see me on his channel as well, where I have made a dedication video for you guys.
So, if you want to see Jimmy Franklin from the Working Class Musician jam with Jessica J, please go on over and check it out. The link will be somewhere around here, where I get a chance to finally play music with Jessica J.
It's awful. Don't expect anything.
It's wonderful.
Don't expect
Don't
anything
listen to her.
good. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.